When Tesla first showed off its humanoid robot prototype Optimus, it was just a human dressed as a robot. A year later, in September, Elon Musk, the founder and CEO of Tesla, showed off two prototypes of humanoid robots that looked very real. At Tesla AI Day 2022, the first robot, Bumble C, walked across the stage as if it didn't want to wake a sleeping baby. Musk told the crowd that day on stage was the first time Bumble C walked without being attached to anything. He emphasized that the robot could do more, but he and his team didn't want to take the chance of Bumble C falling over. The show's real star, though, was Optimus, who was first shown to be a model version of a medieval knight. It was pushed out onto the stage and it didn't walk. It did a short dance move while sitting on a platform. Musk thought that the design of the prototype was pretty similar to the design of the final product. He also said that it would help millions of people in the future do many other good things. Alexander Kernbaum, the interim director of SRI International's robotics laboratory, which made the humanoid robot Proxy, told Built-In that he was happy with how much Tesla engineers were able to do in a year, but he wasn't happy with Bumble C and Optimus demonstrations. He said, "It looks like the robot that actually walked, Bumble C, was probably off-the-shelf equipment that was made to let the controls team try it out early. However, it's not surprising that the newer prototype, Optimus, didn't work right because debugging hardware is hard and it takes a long time." Carlotta Berry, a professor of electrical and computer engineering at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology in Indiana, thought the prototypes moved less impressively than other humanoid robots that can do parkour from companies like Boston Dynamics. So far, here's what we know about Elon Musk's humanoid robot. We don't know much about Tesla's humanoid robot, like when it will be on sale. But first, and this is probably the most important thing, we know it's a real robot. Musk also gave hints at the September presentation that the Tesla robot is supposed to be an incredibly capable robot, and that it might be made in the millions. It would also not cost much. Musk said at the event it's expected to be a lot cheaper than a car. How the Tesla robot was made and what it was made of. Its shape is based on the human body, with arms, hands, legs, and a head. It also has a central computer called a brain in the middle of its torso. Optimus has a 2.3 kilowatt-hour battery pack and 28 structural actuators that allow it to move. One engineer who spoke at the event said that if it fell in the future, it wouldn't do much damage. Its hand has 6 actuators and 11 degrees of freedom or axes of motion, which is less than half of what a human hand has, but it can do both broad and precise adaptive grasps of objects, like holding small tools like a screwdriver. The robot's fingers are stronger because they're made of metal. Also, sensors let Optimus' hand know what it's holding and where it is in space. It can also carry a 20-pound load with its hands, but a number of analysts were not impressed. Kernbaum said, "The design of the hand was pretty simple. I would say that most of the time should be spent on the hand and how to move it with skill." Kernbaum said that Tesla's prototypes seem to have been made with high-ratio gearboxes that can't be driven backwards. "This means that the robot won't be able to dynamically engage with the world," he said. "And I think this is a very important issue. It will always walk and act like a robot, and it will break when the world doesn't work the way the robot thinks it should." Software Optimus. Optimus' main computer takes information from its many sensors about what it sees so that it can understand its surroundings. It also has a visual navigation system that's controlled by neural networks so that it can get around. It has a library of natural motion references. Basically, engineers filmed people doing things like taking a box off a shelf and used that data to program Optimus to respond to real-world motion. Even though neural networks and computer vision can be used to do things, Barry said that it will be hard to respond to changes in unstructured situations. "It's a big step from showing that a robot can do well-defined tasks in a lab to being able to do things in an unpredictable real world," she said. What can the Tesla robot do? Right now, it doesn't look like Optimus can do much. During the Tesla AI event, Milan Kovac, who is in charge of engineering at Tesla, said, "We started making something that's usable, but it is far from being useful." But the hope is that one day, if not already, Optimus will be able to move around without being tied down, climb stairs, carry up boxes, use tools, and do other useful jobs in factories and people's homes. Musk has said in the past that Optimus will one day mow lawns and do dishes, but for now, it looks like Optimus will work with humans in factories. According to Kovac, Tesla plans to start a use case program for Optimus at one of its manufacturing plants. Optimus is sold as a robot that can do anything, but I don't think that will make sense for a long time. Even though Optimus is supposed to do a lot of useful things, Kernbaum pointed out that robots with similar skills already exist, but not together. Optimus is sold as a robot that can do anything, but I don't think that will make sense for a long time. Maybe not during my life, Kernbaum made a guess. Kernbaum says that technological limits are part of the reason for the delay. But a lack of demand is another problem, he says, especially when it's easier to make a robot that's really good at one task, like picking strawberries, or to reorganize factory or logistics facility to meet the robot's needs. He also doesn't think that Optimus will start working in factories anytime soon, since its legs are so dangerous and really aren't needed. Why walk and risk falling when you can roll instead? It's better to build a room for the robot to work in so it can be safe and the environment can be controlled, he says. Will we see robots with legs out in nature or in our homes? It's not likely, but maybe in 20 to 40 years. How will Optimus contact humans? Most likely, Optimus will talk to people, but we don't know how well that will go. Barry, whose research interests include how people interact with robots, told Built-In that she would look for more natural interactions. This would make the robot more user-friendly and approachable and could prevent the uncanny valley effect, which is the creepy feeling people get when they're around a robot that's a little too human-like. She also thinks that Optimus will use natural language processing so it can work with people and understand what they mean without them having to say it. Why does Tesla want to make robots? Tesla already thinks of its cars as robots on wheels, and Optimus is just another robot. The company also seems to be making robots only to change society in a way that will last. Musk calls Optimus a fundamental revolution for humanity at this year's AI event. He also talked about his vision for a future of abundance where there's no poverty and you can have whatever you want in terms of products and services. And Optimus and Tesla would be very important to that future. He thinks that one day millions of people will benefit from Optimus and the economy will grow by 2 orders of magnitude. How much does the Tesla robot cost? During the presentation, Musk said that the price of the Tesla robot will be around $20,000 or less, but because of the hardware, it may be hard for Tesla to do this. Kernbaum said, if you want to make a cheap robot, it starts on day 1. They all used the harmonic drive and the roller screw, which are the most expensive types of actuators available from the start. Harmonic drive actuators are mechanical gears that increase torque and are used to control motion. Roller screw actuators can switch between rotational and linear motion. Kernbaum said, each humanoid robot has between 28 and 32 of these pricey actuators. There is a big problem with the cost. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more interesting information.